Unfortunately, we're all too familiar with Muslim extremists. Mass killings against Western civilians going about their daily lives. Thankfully, our governments and police forces protect us from such violent acts. They protect our freedoms, freedom to live our lives as we please, and complete freedom to practice our faiths any way we wish to. But how about Muslim extremists attacking other Muslims due to differences in belief, and where the government has sanctioned these attacks in its parliament?
By the grace of Allah, I am safe. I don't know how seriously I am injured. I am bleeding.
The Ahmadiyya Muslim community has suffered countless lives from suicide bomb attacks, brutal executions by armed gunmen, and have had their businesses, homes, mosques and graveyards desecrated. In Lahore 2010, 94 were murdered by machine gun fire whilst worshipping in their mosques.
The noise shocks the presenter's voice into silence as Pakistani media shows live pictures of the attack on 2 Ahmadiyya mosques.
They detonated one grenade and then they started shooting.
In this program, we discuss the shocking menace that has been allowed to terrorize a community of peace-loving Pakistani Muslim residents by the Pakistani government as a result of an amendment they made in their constitution almost 40 years ago. 1974.
Every democratic country in the world has a parliament, and the parliament sits down and deliberates to form law to protect its citizens from all kinds of problems. Especially, a parliament is there to protect people's freedoms. This is a country, Great Britain, and behind me are Houses of Parliament. They've got the same job as well, to protect people's liberties. But there's one parliament in the world, in Pakistan that is, where people's freedoms have been taken away. In 1974 in Pakistan, the parliament did not sit down to protect citizens from harm or dangers from enemy. The problem was quite different they were discussing there. They discussed to decide on people's faith, if somebody's a Muslim or a non-Muslim. That is what Parliament was doing. And guess what? They came up with the idea that a community called Ahmadiyya Muslim community must be declared non-Muslim. What it means is, if an Ahmadi Muslim calls himself to be a Muslim, he is basically breaking the law. To make things worse, in 1984, Ordinance 20 came along in the times of General Ziaul Haq. Now that General Ziaul Haq was then the President of Pakistan. His Ordinance 20 said that now Ahmadis not only can not profess their religion, but also can't practice to be Muslims. So effectively, for an Ahmadi Muslim in Pakistan, not only is a Muslim in the eyes of law and constitution, but also he can't act like Muslims. It is a ludicrous law, and you decide yourselves, is that why Parliament sits?